Welcome into Texans Today, everybody. I'm your host, Jeremy Chuggs. Coming up on today's show, the latest Texans news and rumors after the 27-19 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. Got a lot of injury news, some free agency rumors to break down on the show going on today. Obviously, NFL Sunday, but still had to bring you the latest Texans news and rumors because it's a short week until the Texans play the Ravens on Christmas. Tank Dell out indefinitely. Obviously, if you watched the live show yesterday, unless you're living under a rock, this isn't new news to you. The knee injury, a significant one to Tank Dell yesterday as he caught that touchdown up against the Kansas City Chiefs, but paid the price, having a severe knee injury due to running into Jared Wayne. And one of the more trusted sources here at Chat Sports talked to him during Super Bowl Radio Row weekend, Dr. David Chow, otherwise known as Pro Football Doc on X. This is what he had to say this morning regarding the Tank Dell knee injury. Reported as a kneecap dislocation. Hope that is all it is. Fear it may be worse, though. Worry for knee fracture / dislocation. Simple patella dislocation does not require overnight hospitalization. So in layman's terms, basically what we're hoping is it's just a dislocation. That's the only thing wrong with Tank Dell and the knee. The worst case is that the surrounding ligaments have serious damage. So we're talking the ACL, the MCL, all the inner workings of the knee. Also, he has arteries in his knee everybody has arteries that in their knee that goes down their leg and brings blood circulation throughout the leg. If there's any damage to that could be some worst case scenarios for Tank Dell. But I know this is very grim. We're talking, about this young man's career, this young man's life. And all I got to say is, Tank, we're all behind you 100%. You not only embody this team, but also the city of Houston. And we are all behind you 1,000%, sending our best wishes, sending our love, and sending our thoughts and prayers to you and your family. So I know a lot of Texans players, a lot of Texans personnel watch my videos. If Tank happens to come across this video, I want him to see nothing but love in the comment section. Spam those threes, spam Tank, spam the heart emoji, because this dude right here is a warrior. What he's been through the past year, season-ending injury last season. He got shot in the offseason, and now another season-ending injury this year. This man's been through hell and back, and I just want him to know that the Texans fans, this community, this fan base is 100% behind you, Tank. We love you. Hopefully, we have a speedy recovery. Can't wait to see you get back up on your feet, because we know the comeback is going to be better than the downfall is right now. Some other Texans injury news, and this is just, I would say it's due to the short week. Obviously, the Texans have 4 days in between now and when they play on Christmas. But Shaq Mason, he left the game with a knee injury. He has been ruled out for the Christmas Day game up against the Baltimore Ravens. Also ruled out is Jimmie Ward. He was also carted off the field with a foot injury. He has been ruled out against the Ravens as well. So obviously a couple more injuries just to kind of pile on the Texans, and we have a lot of, question marks as the Texans go into this Christmas Day game up against the Ravens. They're hobbling in, and not the question kind of bears, do the Texans play their starters? Because at this point, I don't know what there is to play for. I don't know if you really have a viable chance of moving up to that 3 seed, or you should just, stick around and be the 4 seed. Now, coming up, we have some Texans free agency rumors. With all these injuries, the question bears, does Nick Caserio, does this front office feel the need to add another player in free agency? I'll break down some options in just a moment, but got to show some love to our sponsors over at Game Time. Hey, the holiday season's about bringing people together, and that's exactly what our sponsor Game Time is trying to do. Get that special person in your life a gift they'll never forget with tickets to a sporting event, concert, comedy show, or theater event. Game Time has it all for you on the app. You can see the seat view, get a panoramic view of your seat in the app before you buy, and they have the lowest price guarantee, which means if you find a seat in the same section, same row of an event for cheaper, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference of that ticket. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. They also have a brand new feature called Game Time Picks. This basically filters out the fluff and gives you the very best deals on the app, so you don't have to spend hours looking through tickets. You can find the very best bang for your buck. So download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. Make sure to check out those tickets to the Ravens-Texans game, or shall I say the Beyonce concert with the NFL game around it. You can get those tickets on Game Time. The closer you get to the actual game, the lower those prices get, as you see on the left-hand side right there. Hey, you can find some really good deals over at Game Time. Just use that code CHATSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase. Let's look at some free agency options. This is obviously the one Texans fans have been clamoring about, Diontae Johnson. And this one gets a little bit sticky because Diontae Johnson, he will hit waivers on Monday. So if the Texans want to claim him, they'll have to, go through the waiver claims. They'll have to, make sure that they're able to claim this young man. He comes with a lot of drama, though. But I think he's clearly the best option if the Texans truly want to make a run this season. Trace, I actually have a list for Cat, just kind of showing the stats for Diontae Johnson over the past couple of years. Obviously a down year, but you look at the 3 seasons prior, he's a solid receiver, and he's still young. Now, I don't know exactly what went down in Baltimore, what got him out the door so quick, but at the end of the day, Diontae Johnson could be a talented guy that you could bring in for this stretch run. And if the Texans are serious about making a run in the playoffs, they might have to consider either claiming or signing Diontae Johnson. Now, let's just say Johnson clears waivers. Nobody claims him on the waiver wire, which I hope the Texans at least try to put in a claim for him, because I think they'd be dumb not to, because the receiver room is absolutely decimated. If he clears waivers, though, what would you do? Would you sign him, or you think we're good? Type S for sign, type P for pass. Let me know down in the comments section what you would do around Diontae Johnson. Next up, and the reason why some of you might pass on that option, is Odell Beckham Jr. He also was released in the past week by the Miami Dolphins, and has a mysterious injury, hasn't really gotten on the field this year. Kind of a big questionable mark around Odell as well. Last year, though, 35 receptions, over 560 yards, 3 touchdowns, 51 yards was his longest reception on the season. I mean, he's still got some skills. I wouldn't mind, kicking the doors on Odell Beckham Jr. as well if you really need somebody for a playoff run. I mean, remember, the last time Odell was brought in for a playoff run, what happened? That team went on to win the Super Bowl in the LA Rams. So not the worst option. Like I said, the biggest question mark with him is around his health. I don't know whether or not he's good to go for the Texans if they do sign him. But another option is Odell Beckham Jr. And the third option that I have, and realistically, I just wanted to find another name that the Texans could possibly look at. That name is Kadarius Toney. Kind of fits that same role as a Tank Dell, as somewhat of a gadget guy, a quick twitch kind of slot receiver, sort of in Kadarius Toney, where you want to move him around a ton in formations. A little bit of a head case if you ask me, but if the Texans are desperate, they need somebody, and they don't like those other 2 options, Kadarius could be an option for Houston if they really want to sign another wide receiver. Look out for all 3 of those names. And those are all the receiving options, but I wanted to give you an extra free agent target because remember at the beginning of the show, I told you Jimmie Ward ruled out for that Ravens game. I don't know how long he will be out, but with that injury to Ward, I think the Texans should also look at signing this guy right here, Xavien Howard, in the slot. Because if Ward's not good to go for the next couple weeks, hell, if Ward's not good to go for the playoffs, you're starting Miles Bryant in the slot. That's not going to do it if you are serious about being a contender, serious about trying to make a run at this Super Bowl this season. I know it looks down and out. Texans fans are really upset. I know this whole organization is upset with where this team is at right now, but at the end of the day, you're in the playoffs. You are a secured spot in the playoffs, and you got to take it seriously. You got to make the most of it while you can, regardless of injuries, regardless of what's going on. You got to try to put the best team out on the field. And I think going out and signing Diontae Johnson, going out and signing Xavien Howard, that gives you a chance to put the best team on the field to beat possibly the Ravens, the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Bills, other teams in the AFC, and give yourself a fighting chance to at least try to make a run at the Super Bowl this season. Reminder, I will be live on Christmas for Texans Ravens, so don't miss out. Make sure you subscribe, hit that sub button, turn on those notifications. We are so close to 23,000 subscribers. Don't do it for me. Do it for Arian Foster, the best running back in Texans franchise history. He would be proud of you if you went down and hit that sub button right now for daily Texans news and rumors videos.